This is Jonah Hill, and you're listening to the only podcast that matters.
Ciao tutti, Throw Gang. We are joined by the Vangole Viking, Lawrence Schlossman, and myself. The tagliatelle is in me belly. James Harris, welcome to the weekly Running of the Boys with today's fully episode, only available on
Patreon.com/throwing a pizza.
Before we get into
Three
the day
things
talk,
you did not write down.
fucking pet peeves about Europe, and a very special guest appearance by a surprise guest who no one will guess who this person or people be.
Cameo. Ciao Jimmy.
Yeah, let's get to fit the Cecchioli.
All right, well, we haven't taken the fit pick yet, but I believe I will be wearing Belgionis down the stairs
You've been fucking
in front of the Airbnb.
I'm shocked at the mileage you put on those.
Is it? I mean, they are blown out, bro. Honestly, this could be the final voyage before I have to get them fixed.
You refuse to take the e-scooters and the e-bikes and the city share bikes, so we'd be walking everywhere.
Yeah.
Right, because that's how you get your steps in.
Mm-hmm.
What I realize is actually you just want to smoke. You can't smoke on a bike.
I want to get my smokes and my steps.
Well,
it can be both. They're not mutually exclusive.
Is it that you want to smoke, or are you, let's be honest and vulnerable, let's have a vulnerable moment.
Yeah.
Are you scared to scoot around Milano?
Definitely to smoke.
Okay.
In terms of scooting, I'm not scared unless we are tandem scooting, which we will talk about later.
No, we talked about it. We talked about it last week.
Oh, right. We're recording. This is being recorded completely.
We don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Order. I'm fucking. Of course, I'm terrified. They feel very fast.
Okay. That's all. Okay, we're going to get into it. Or we already talked about this ad nauseum last week. So when we record tomorrow.
Apologies.
You've been slapping those up and down the Carrera marble staircase.
I mean, they're super comfortable. It's just that there's
No, again, I'm just surprised.
Hand stitched insoles.
When we had to trek 30 minutes across the city in the scorching heat, you've been driving the Belgians, which is I've been in Kiko Asics.
I've brought no footwear. I fucked that up.
Guess how many pairs of shoes I brought?
6. Stop it. That's a lie. Just the sandals.
No.
Oh, up.
Okay.
Oh, you don't mean one. You mean up.
Up. Yeah.
Okay. We should have played over under, and you should have hit me with something ridiculous. Okay, 8.
Yes.
Okay.
That's absurd.
Kiko Asics. Fisherman sandals.
Kiko Asics
Duo Kiko Asics. Fisherman sandals. Did you bring throwing fits loafers?
I did bring throwing fits loafers.
Ooh.
I brought the Gucci sleds.
Gucci sleds.
Had to bring them back to the motherland.
Love that. Birthright.
Malibu sandals, just for when I'm in Puglia, just fucking chilling in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Another pair of water shoes from Keen, and Arlagace came on mules.
Damn, dude.
I know. One half of my big check-in bag is just shoes. It was a huge mistake.
How heavy is that bag?
Very heavy.
Did you have to pay extra lira?
No, bro. We're flying business on Emirates.
I have Belgian loafers, Loewe loafers, Morehouse loafers, horsebits, Gucci horsebits, and Sambas. 5 pairs. Okay. So Belgionis, Shiro socks. I am wearing a new pair of vintage brown linen polo shorts from Chickies Vintage.
Let me ask you.
Double pleated.
How my ass tastes.
Yeah, delicious.
How my ass tastes.
Delicious.
How my ass tastes. How my ass taste.
I had a weird, okay, you and I are nerds about clothing. I feel like
you're more of a nerd than I am. I'm more of a vibes guy.
My follow was going to be, I'm even nerdier when it comes to menswear details. So I'm telling Angelo, our friend,
the most interesting man in menswear.
Yeah, from Forest Designs, talking about my vintage polo.
I love hanging out with fellow New Yorkers in Milano.
It's all we've been doing. Well, and Swedes.
Yeah.
No
Italians.
Yeah. Well,
No Italians and no women.
no women, besides the ones we brought. And then Italians for 11 minutes at a time.
Yes.
Excuse me, 10 to 15 minutes at a time. You will know what this means when you listen to the Maniacs in Milano episode.
No, they already did. They already did. Yeah. Two weeks ago, I think. I don't know.
My brain, I'm so stupid. I'm not built to pod out of order.
I think this podcast has made me dumber over the years.
You and the entire audience, myself included. I live my life in first person shooter mode, bro. So all I can do is this right now. I can't do the time jumps. Anyway,
you can't remove yourself to think of other people.
So I'm talking to the most interesting man in menswear, our boy Angelo, about my vintage polo shorts lineup. And I'm like, oh, double pleated, whatever. You can't flex on that guy. But like, he has an entire checked bag of luggage of just his jewelry, dude.
Yeah.
Did he tell you that?
Yeah.
Insane.
Also, like, does it count as a flex if you're just describing things that you're not wearing, but you're just like, because you could just lie. Like, yo, dog. Like,
well, he got my ass and I didn't really have an answer because he's like, oh, okay. Well, are your pleated shorts, are they inverted? And I'm like, maybe. And I'm like Googling on Italian LTE inverted versus non-inverted.
And are they?
They are inverted.
Also, are polo pleated shorts a flex? Like,
no, but we were already talking about vintage shopping and whatever. Okay. Moving on up, I have a Hanes Pleaser. On top of that, I have a new vintage Armani shirt. Also new vintage. Also from Chickies. That is, I love it, but it is getting fucking cooked, dude. Fucking sauce stains, A, and then goddamn tattoo fucking cream stains, B.
Yeah.
Disaster, which you warned me about. You're like, I went to hug Gallagher and you were like, oh, be careful.
Yeah, but the ink still fresh.
Less
than 24 hours old.
As a newly minted inksman who's gotten 3 tattoos in less than 3 months, I am just not built for it, dude. And now I know though.
The square centimeters of your tattoos is like 6. You're like,
this is not that small.
That's not small.
Though when we were, we'll be talking about tattoos. I don't think this was necessarily something that will come up. That came up, right?
Right, yeah.
I'm like trying to describe how big I want whatever in inches, and she's like, is centimeters, dog.
Yeah.
Which she also didn't say because she didn't speak English. Metalwood on the dome, which Jenna, I just had drinks with her, and she was like, why are you wearing the most ugly American douchebag hat in Milano? And I was like, damn, I didn't even think about that because I'm an ugly American. I was like, you're making a good point. But like, for example, if you were an Italian, you saw me, or you're like, this guy's obviously American because he's wearing a camo hat.
So I was wearing a hat at a cafe with my GF. We were just grabbing a coffee, and I was looking around. I was like, "Yo, I think I'm the only guy who's wearing a hat. Everyone else just has letting the beautiful letters fly." And then I'm looking around, and I'm like, "Is it like a faux pas or something
to wear
like
baseball cap?
To wear a baseball cap?
Yeah, a sport they don't give a fuck about."
And then I'm trying to think about like yesterday. I think like because we were at the Slam Jam event where there was like dudes, and like the only person I can think of that was wearing a hat
where there were dudes.
No, like a lot of like whatever young kids. Like
everywhere you and I do an event, there are dudes.
Yes, this wasn't our event though. This was a grailed event.
Sure,
but it was all young dudes. No, I can't remember any hats. The only guy that I saw wearing a hat was Sorrow at the Legace event. But whatever, we talked about that last week.
I think you might actually be 100% correct. Fuck, dude.
Yeah. So I think we are.
I'll do my hair for dinner.
Okay.
We both just got haircuts. That's the thing. It's like, oh, we're going to Italy. We got to get haircuts. We got haircuts at the same time. And then I don't think I've done my hair once.
You haven't done my hair.
Rolly on the wrist, wedding ring on the fingy, wifey on the pinky, wifey in the bedroom. Hanes Supreme boxers on the cock and balls, and drinking trash ass Italian tap water.
Hey, yo, I got wifey in the bedroom.
Where the magic happens. All right, what about you,
Sick.
bud?
Wearing the fisherman sandals in Europe, where finally my kind is accepted here. Unlike historically in Europe, where a lot of people aren't accepted, or it's not really an inclusive place. Finally, representation is important.
How did you feel when we saw our friend Titi turn Tommy Ton wearing the final boss level fisherman sandals, which are Gucci horsebit fisherman sandals from, he said, like 3 seasons ago.
Yeah,
when Alessandro was still at the helm.
I'm not going to belabor this point because, like, whatever, you either believe it or don't, but it's like, it's just further validation that I'm never wrong, I'm always early. Where if Tommy Ton, who's like except him, Angelo, and like others of their ilk are like the true final bosses of big brain menswear fashion. If Tommy's doing the fisherman sandals, you know that me and the other reelsmen out there are on the right track.